Do you find yourself lost when it comes to studying? Overwhelmed by the amount of textbooks and stressful assignments and projects and readings? Are you easily distracted by technology that constantly surrounds us? Do you need some real study solutions, a real answer? All the tips and secrets and tricks that you could ever wish for? Well, don't worry, because I have a solution for you. Hey guys, Kiara here, and oh my goodness, it is almost finals time. Like, I wanted to make a video for you guys before life got a little too crazy. What better video to make than a how to bring your grades up? And I feel like this is especially helpful because it's almost finals time and towards the end of the semester, and I feel like you could just use these all year round. Obviously, everybody learns and studies differently and they know what works for them, but these are just my tips, tricks, websites, and literally everything that I use all the time to help me bring my grades up. So I hope this helps. Give it a thumbs up if you learned something new, and let's get into the video. In the first part of this video, I am going to be talking about the websites that I use most often to help me, you know, learn and stuff. The first website is called Slatter, and this is a website where you can go on there and choose your math book, and it doesn't have all the answers, but it has most of the answers worked out, and that's what makes it so special, is that it's not just giving you the answer, but it shows you how to get the answer. This is so helpful when you look at a problem and you literally don't know where to start. So I just really love this website, and you guys should definitely check it out. A lot of you guys probably have heard of, but if you haven't, it's called Quizlet, and this is basically a site where you can make flashcards and, you know, test vocab and play games and learn things. This is really helpful for language classes, and I use it all the time. My third website that I use literally like 3 times a week is KhanAcademy.com. Basically what Khan Academy is a website where they do video tutorials on anything from math problems to science problems and SAT prep. They have so many different subjects. I used to only use it for math, but now they have a lot of science things, and this is really helpful for chemistry because when I took that class it was really hard for me, and this just taught you how to do the equations. It says it really simply, you can see it visually, and it's really nice just to be able to listen to all the time. Now let's talk about some of the tips I use for studying and, you know, how to basically get a good grade. I think of school as a big giant game. You don't have to be the genius of a class to get the A. You just have to be smart about how you work. That means doing things that I like to call are like free points, because when teachers give you vocab quizzes, you know what's going to be on the quiz. You can study those vocab words and have them down, and you can get almost 100%. You know, you can do it. That's what I call like free points, or homework that's turned in for completion. Like, just do your homework. It's not that difficult. You know, make your project stand out. That's how you can play the game. That doesn't, you know, people are like, oh, I'm not a good test taker, like, I can never get an A. It's not true. You can get an A. You just have to be smart about how you study and how you get your points. Also means doing every single extra credit opportunity that comes your way. I have learned from experience that if you don't do an extra credit, and even though you think you're not going to use it, you might really need it later on in the semester, and the higher your grade is, the less you're going to have to study for finals. So do that extra credit and turn in your homework every single day. My next study strategy for you guys is to use this little baby, and this is a little whiteboard that I picked up for about $4 at like Office Depot. This is the best $4 I've ever spent. This is pretty much like playing teacher. I have a picture of a bone that's all labeled on this whiteboard from a couple weeks ago, but basically what I do is I take this little whiteboard and I take my whiteboard pen and I draw out whatever I'm doing or diagrams, and this basically helps me not only memorize it, practice it, and I say it out loud, so that's how I really get to learn it. People who are visual learners, this will definitely help. My next study tip is in regards to a note card. I compile all of my labs, my homework, any tests or other assignments, and my notebook, and I also have my book open, so I have like a lot of stuff with me. Flipping through everything to decide what I know and what I don't know. Say your note card is a 5x6, I would take the whole front side and I would write everything from the individual chapters, and I would separate it with highlighter, and then I would take the back side and I would cut it in half, and the bottom half is vocabulary and the top half is diagrams and also formulas, so you don't forget. This is such a helpful way of organizing things because you want to know where things are, and people usually forget about vocabulary. Vocabulary is so important on the final. First of all, I'll know the word, and second of all, it'll jog my memory so I actually remember kind of like what it is and where it is. So that is a really helpful way of doing it. Before a test, sometimes you are just trying to cram the night before, and then you literally feel like you cannot read one more paragraph, like you're gonna die. Literally YouTube search whatever your subject is or your chapter and the title of it, and up pops a video of a very friendly teacher reteaching the entire lesson to you. All the information said again, and it's ingrained in your mind, and a lot of times the videos have pictures and animations and all sorts of fun things that are a lot more, you know, entertaining and a lot less work than actually reading your textbook over and over and over again. So those are my 10 tips for you guys to improve your grades, and hopefully some studying things that will inspire you to stop watching this video and start hitting those books. If you guys have any fabulous studying tips or things that you like to do, please comment them down below, because obviously I'm not perfect, you know, I fail quizzes and tests. I mean, it happens, but I'm really curious to hear what you guys like to do, and tell me if you guys try out anything that I mentioned in the video, because yeah, it would just mean a lot to me. I hope you guys really do get the grade you deserve. Thanks for watching. Adios!